to me, enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. You won't bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. I tried to be a disciple, listening well, but these demons talk like angels, not showing.
Hey guys, welcome back to Queen of the Indies Corner with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host as always, the Queen of the Indies, Tiffany. And today, I'm back over the pond, as I like to say, with my good friend, Gio Giorgio. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks so much for having me on, Tiffany. I've been looking forward to this for a while, even though it is sweltering over here in the UK. We're entering our fourth heat wave of the summer somehow, but I've got the
my.
window open and I'm ready for some breezy conversation.
I love that. I love that. So, guys, if you're new here to the Under the Rope series, here I interview everything independent wrestling, whether it's wrestlers, promoters, backstage, refs. I got you covered. If you guys got questions for Gio, which I know you already have up there in the chat already, please feel free. Drop them into the chat. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. So, which is pretty awesome because you and I started talking over a clip, which is funny that like you found me because I was posting clips with Joe Lando at Attack Wrestling, and then we had like a really good conversation that I was like, oh, we gotta flip this onto a podcast. It was like-
Yeah, I remember that was the first Attack show at Play Fight in London.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's what Joe Lando does. He brings people together. He's magnetic at the moment. But yeah, that was a real fun show. I was on double duty that night. I was hosting and doing commentary, and it wasn't a wireless mic, and the commentary table was at the back of the room. So I was a sweaty mess by the end of the night, running back and forth. But yeah, you shared a clip from the show, and I said, hey, that's me. That voice you can hear the whole way through, that is me. So and then yeah, we've been talking since.
Yeah, so I love it. I love it. This is the great thing I love about the independent scene is you don't know who you're gonna start chatting with, and then like you have these like wonderful conversations. And we were talking for a long time like through that day because we were just talking wrestling, everything. So I love when I find people, my people, that we could sit and chat wrestling. So
Yeah, the indie wrestling community, it's a nice one. It's for something so niche, I'm amazed how quickly it grows and how big it is. You know, you see the size of some of these independent crowds and the size of the online communities. It really is a nice thing to see. And like you said, it just brings us all together.
yeah, I love that. So let me get some love in this chat right now. We got Zach Minger in here. He goes, it's National Milk Chocolate Day. So
Not
wait,
just chocolate, but specifically
Yes.
milk chocolate, the most Caucasian chocolate there is.
it's good. I feel like, did I have this conversation, I think, with JJ on the podcast that we were talking about chocolate, and he was saying, oh, it was dark chocolate. He said that you guys don't have dark chocolate, that we have that here, right?
What is he talking about? Well, maybe in Wales where they've barely got a functioning motorway, but I could walk to my corner shop right now and get it in different flavors. There's Lindt do a whole brand of dark chocolate.
Yes!
Got, like raspberry dark chocolate, mint. What is he talking about? What? Have they got a food shortage in Wales that I don't know about? You can get all kinds of chocolate here. Maybe he thinks dark chocolate is something else. But
Maybe.
I've got some in my cupboard right now. Um, but actually, I remember. Oh God, this was years ago. What year is it now? 20. So this would have been 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Back when he was Hikuleu and he was over here um, on his excursion. We had a big argument about whether you keep chocolate in the fridge or in the cupboard. So,
Oh.
where do you keep it?
In my stomach.
Well, that's where it ends up. But where does it start?
It depends because
Okay.
I get the Four Seasons here, obviously.
Yeah.
So, if it's the summer, I don't want it to melt. So it's
Mhm.
got to go into the fridge.
That's fair
But
enough. That's
depending,
where I'm
like,
keeping mine at the
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
I can't remember what I can't remember if Hikuleo said he kept it in the fridge or not, but it started a really fiery conversation,
Mhm.
and it started spreading through the locker rooms. And for weeks, people they weren't talking to each other. They go, "I can't believe you keep your chocolate in the fridge, man. I thought I knew you." But but yeah, JJ. I mean, next time I see him, I'm gonna have to gift him some if he claims he can't find it in Wales. That's insane to me.
I can't. That's gonna be like the new question on this podcast. If Good Cop, he's probably gonna pop in later, and he's gonna be like, "That's the new question on Quiddity's Corner. Do you put your chocolate in the fridge or not?" Like it's gonna be.
The people need to know.
The,
The
these are
people need to know.
these are the important questions that we need to ask on the podcast. We need to know, and that's just how it is. So, but all right, let's see. So Shah's in the chat. He goes, "I'm really digging the music. That's my good friend Darren. He cuts all those music." So he says that yeah, it's boiling here. And then he said, "Joe brought me to indie wrestling. He's goated. I remember the show. It was amazing. Gio is the best."
Ah, thank you so much. Thanks so much, my man.
I love that. I love it. Yeah. So like I always say it. Joe Lando is how I came onto the UK indie scene. So thank you, Joe. I'll forever be grateful for him. So, but let's talk about it. You wear many, many, many hats. I need to
Too
know
many.
when the hell do you sleep? Because between commentary, ring announcing, and then you're like, oh yeah, I've run 2 promotions, and I'm like, when do you freaking sleep?
That's the secret, Tiffany. I never sleep.
Ah,
It's a real problem.
he's a vampire.
But yeah, I mean, the roles I do in wrestling, they've just evolved naturally over the years.
Yeah.
I started out as a trainee, convinced myself, one day I'm gonna make it to the big time, see, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna be on the road, and I'm gonna be the champ. But that was not the way for me. I couldn't put in the to succeed in wrestling. No matter how charismatic you are, at some point you're gonna have to get good at cardio, all right? And I could just never hack it. I was never a body guy. I didn't have the consistency. And then I picked up an injury pretty quickly into my career. But while I was sidelined, I wanted to stay busy. I didn't want to take myself out the game. So wherever I could, you need a timekeeper, I'll do that. You need a ref, I'll do that. And then we were doing an in-house show one day. Um, so just trainees and trainees, friends and family only. But we were trying to take it seriously. So they wanted someone to host it, do ring announcing. So they literally, I remember this. It was like an old vaudevillain cartoon. I was in a conversation with someone here, and then I felt my collar being dragged this way, and then they just went, "Right, you're ring announcing tonight." And I went, "Okay." And I said, "Where's the mic?" And then they handed me something that looked like this, just like whatever this was. And I went, "What is that?" And they went, "That's your microphone." And it was the broken handle of a suitcase. So they just went, "Pretend it's a microphone." And I went, "Great." But I just took the job really seriously. I did the thing the whole night like I was a ring announcer, just took it real serious. Um, and then the promoter of Progress Wrestling at the time, John Briley, was there, was impressed that I just took it seriously. And then he pulled me aside and said, "We've got a show coming up. Jim's not coming, and I do not want to do the ring announcing. Do you want to do it?"
Mhm.
And I was like, "Well, I've barely had matches at this point, and I've never hosted a wrestling show. But yes, Mr. Briley of Progress Wrestling, I will host your show." So then from there, it just went on and on and on. And then as time's gone on, I got the itch to start running my own shows in late 2018. So since I ran my first show in 2019, so I've been running shows under various different umbrellas for what are we coming up to? 8 years now.
Wow.
So yeah, my current projects are Ichiban and Pro Wrestling Ceasefire, which are by far the two favorite things I've ever done. Really proud of the work we've done. But it does mean I never sleep. But it just means that when I do sleep, it's real good quality because I'm so exhausted.
I hope
I'm
so.
dead to the world. Yeah.
I don't think like a lot of people realize, and I know this because like I'm friends with a lot of promoters and I've seen it. I'm backstage at a lot of different promotions. I get to do a lot of podcast stuff behind the scenes, and I'm like, fans have no idea. I was like, the stuff that's entailed, even like the weeks coming up to shows, the stuff that goes on before the show gets put together, between putting up the ring, running around, this one canceled, I got to replace this person with this one, all the crazy things that go on. So I can say thank you because I know all the craziness, but like I don't really think like the fans, a lot of them really know everything, how like detailed it is to like put together a show.
So much goes into it, and I mean, I know people who have been in the promoting game, for decades, and they say the same thing. It doesn't matter how many shows you've run or for how long you've been running and how many mistakes you learn from. You could prepare for any eventuality, and you'll wake up, alarm goes off, 6 a.m., boom, grab the phone, uh, you know, car is upside down on the M4, so-and-so's been held at border control, so-and-so's bag didn't turn up, the ring guy didn't realize he was there for you today. Just, you can be as prepared as you want, but the test of a real good promoter is how you handle these things that are thrown at you on the day.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think I roll with the punches pretty well. Sometimes I look and go, not my best work. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love doing it. And as stressful as it is, it really is so rewarding. And I will, my blood pressure will be like up here, right up until the bell rings for match one. And then I go, we got here. The show is happening. People are enjoying themselves. All these things can be put on hold for the next 2.5 hours.
Yeah. So kudos to you. All right, got a bunch of stuff into the chat. Ed says, hey everyone, hello to the queen. Hi Ed, thanks for chopping on in. Shah says, you gotta ask them about the scones, jams, or cream. Oh yeah, JJ was talking about this because we were asking the cereal question, which we'll embark with you, but let's start with that one. Let's start with with the scones. Do you put the jam on first or the cream on first?
I have had scones, and actually, do I pronounce it scones or scones? I think I used to pronounce it scones. I'm questioning myself now.
It's because you're talking to me with the really thick accent.
No, I'm from the South, which is a very different. South in the UK is very different to South in the USA. I think I meant to say scone. Can I have a scone? I very rarely have them. I do love them. I love jam. I think if I was to put it on, I think I would go jam first, then cream. Because I think cream just goes last on most things. I probably would start jam, but I would go very heavy on the jam.
So the equivalent that started the war onto this podcast, that we just keep rolling it because the fans want to know on this podcast, because they tell me I have to ask the question, is when you have cereal, do you put your cereal in first and then your milk, or do you put your milk in first and then your cereal?
What kind of savage is putting the milk in first? It doesn't make any sense.
Listen, I have done so many. This has been going on since episode 200, and today is 318. So there has been a bunch that
you can't put the milk in first, because then that dictates how much cereal you can put in, and the cereal is especially if you're tracking or whatever, or you're counting your calories, put the cereal in first, and then you can put the amount of milk in. And it would just sit on. That's what did JJ say with his?
No, JJ was like the normal. JJ was
okay, good.
normal.
I was going to say
that's what started the scone conversation.
He can't be putting his milk in first and saying that we don't get dark chocolate in the UK. That would be too many wrongs in one go.
I think it's safe to say that anybody who puts their milk in first, Gio's not booking you.
Don't even bother sending me a message. I'll just send it straight to the trash.
I'm done. I'm done. All right, let's see what else is there. Sean says, can't wait to hear Gio's voice this Friday for Attack. If he needs a helper, I want to help out. And he has the laughing emojis.
Who says that?
I say Shah because it's like Shahern. I know I'm saying it right.
Oh, I know Shah. Yeah.
So I just say Shah because it's just easy for me. So again, I apologize if I say things wrong. I mean, you know, I'm from New York. I don't talk right.
That's good. I'll be looking out for Shah in the crowd, see if he's bought any signs. I'll be looking out.
Ah, I love it. I love it. Sign guy. He says, when one door closes, another one truly opens. And he said, Ichiban is so unique and amazing. He goes, Ceasefire is beautiful. Really want to attend both one day. And he said, I want to be part of wrestling so bad. It sounds tiring, but also the best thing in the world.
I don't think you could put it any other way. That is pretty much what wrestling is. You're always tired, but you wouldn't trade it for anything else. I was actually having this discussion with someone the other day. We were talking about just how ridiculous the journeys are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, when we in the UK complain about a long journey, I remember when Darius Lockhart was over here in the UK, we were talking about some long journey, and he was like, is that both ways? And we went, yeah. And he was like, that's not half of one way for us. Like, you know, in the UK, you can drive from the bottom of England to the top of Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
I think it takes you 10 hours.
Oh, wow.
And then they were like, yeah, that's one way for us, like a little bit across a town because it's just so massive in the States.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was having a talk with someone the other day, and when you look back on like good times in wrestling, obviously so many amazing things happen at shows. But sometimes you'll be trying to remember a time you were like laughing really, really hard. It's, you know, more often than not, it's in the car, like on the way back from the show. Like those late night drives where you got to keep each other awake and you're just like delirious from tiredness, but you've got that buzz coming from the show. Like those are the good times. So yeah, there is a lot of travel. You're always tired, but it's always worth it.
Those car rides are fun. I've been in car rides with a bunch of wrestlers, and they're just silly and rapping. They're like on my end, like doing like silly songs and playing Mad Lips, or it's just funny. Like,
you do whatever you can to stay sane and awake. Honestly.
Yeah, we do it here. I mean, New York is huge. Like where I live, and if I want to go upstate New York, it could be like 9 hours, 10 hours drive. That's New York. You know, to give like people like an idea like of what it is. So like I'm in the city, but like if you want to go to upstate and watch like Excite Wrestling or ESW and stuff like that, it's probably like a good like 7-8 hour drive for me. You know, so
if I drove for 8 hours, I'd end up in another country or pass through a country on the way to another one. It's pretty mad.
That's so crazy. All right, so let's dig in a little bit. So when it comes to ring announcing, who has been your favorite to ring announce?
Oh, you'd think I'd have an answer ready. I am very blessed and fortunate in my career to have worked with genuinely some of the top names in the industry. I'm very grateful that I've been able to work for New Japan and Noah. If I have to nail it down to one, this one sticks out for me because I think it was like my first big one, and at the time it was probably the biggest I've ever done. But probably the first time I announced Okada at Royal Quest, the first Royal Quest in the UK. So first ever time the IWGP Championship's been defended in the UK. So that was already big. So I got to announce, you know, the IWGP. It wasn't the heavyweight championship. No, it was the heavyweight championship at the time before it was the world championship. And I got to announce Okada and Suzuki. I mean, the whole card was star-studded. I couldn't believe my luck. I was there at ringside going, and then for the main event, I got to do it in the ring. You know, Bruce Buffer boxing style. Okada's there, Suzuki's there. I'm on the lion mark. That, you know, whenever I have to send someone a clip or someone wants a clip from my CV or they go, I'll give us an example of your work. I go, well, here's me announcing actual Okada. If you would like me on your show, I'm available. That one always sticks out. On a regular basis, I don't know, we've got some people in the UK with some pretty crazy intros, some that I've helped come up with. I always like announcing Connor Mills just because I've announced him over the evolution of his career. He's got big things coming this year. But his nickname is True Grit, and I just always like putting a little bit of emphasis on it. True Grit. Get creative with it.
Yeah.
Um, I love that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's but yeah, that first time I got to announce Okada,
Yeah.
goosebumps, goosebumps. Thank God they played a video package before he came to the ring because it gave me time to compose myself. Like they put the lights down, and you can just see me in the ring going, "Shit."
It's time, baby.
Yeah.
I love that. That's cool. So, to spin off that, because again, there's always people that watch my podcast, and there's always people that want to like get involved. I get access even like with wrestlers and like advice. So, for let's say somebody wanted to get into ring announcing, what's something that you would tell them? Some advice.
So my path, even though I started out wanting to be a wrestler, so I went to a wrestling school, I think you just need to be around wrestling. And I think starting at a wrestling school is the way to go. So I started 10 years ago. I think at the time, it would have been a bit more abnormal to go up to a wrestling school and say, but I just want to be an announcer. But I also think that role has become a bit more respected and dignified thanks to people like Simon Cassidy from ICW, who, when people ask me who the best ring announcer in the UK is, I say Simon Cassidy. I think he's absolutely fantastic. He's so good. But I think people like Simon made that into a proper role on independent shows. It's obviously an integral part of the mainstream, like Howard Finkel, Lillian Garcia, Tony Chimmel, those names, great, iconic. But for ages on shows, like the bell would be about to ring, and they'd go, we didn't think of a ring announcer. Here's my mate Joe, or here's my mate John, or here's a trainee. We don't have to pay him anything. And let me tell you something: if your ring announcer doesn't cost you anything, it'll cost you the show. People don't notice when a ring announcer is doing a great job, but they will notice when they're doing a terrible job. Never skimp on the ring announcer. So, I mean, my journey started by starting at a wrestling school and taking any role I could get, and eventually that landed in ring announcing, which to me seemed like a natural fit. And I'm so glad it's led me to the career I've had and continue to have. Nowadays, I think it's a little bit easier, and it's actually something I do at the school I teach at. So I'm a coach at Play Fight London, which is a wrestling school in London, in Woolwich. I don't just say this because I'm a coach there. Before I started working there full time as a coach, I wanted to introduce a lesson or a series of lessons or workshops specifically for people who know that they want to work in wrestling, but they're having trouble sort of like starting their journey or finding their path, or they know that they can't bump, they can't wrestle. They know that, like myself, they know their limitations. Like, there's no point me getting in the ring because it would be if someone paid money to watch me wrestle, it would be insulting, right? That's how I feel about myself.
Okay.
But so I went to Play Fight and pitched this session. And I said, look, it's just looking at non-wrestling roles, all right? So, give me your school for a day. We're going to do ring announcing, commentary, refereeing, agenting, all this stuff at the same time. Didn't really know what to expect. The class was sold out, was a hit. That led to me working at the school full time. So I now run lessons that specifically focus on non-wrestling roles. So if you're lucky enough to live in London, the greatest city in the world, you can come to Play Fight and learn directly from me. If you aren't as lucky, just reach out to someone who does ring announcing and ask for advice, ask how to get started. Before you get to that point, something to work on, I think, is just confidence. It sounds silly, sounds cheesy, but the number one thing a ring announcer has to be, I think, is like very extroverted and very confident, because people don't realize, but the ring announcer is the person you see the most all night. The wrestlers, they come out, they have their match, and then they go. You don't see them again for the rest of the night, bar a couple of exceptions, or you see them a match after. Ring announcers, we're the first person you see, we're the last person you see, and you see us every 10 minutes. Like, if the place doesn't have a general manager, you're like the de facto general manager as well. Like, you're the host, you're the meet and greeter, you're the town crier, you're the constant presence during the show. So you've got to bring your A game. because if you aren't projecting confidence, people can feel that and they start squirming in their seat. So number one thing, if you are looking to start a journey in ring announcing and wrestling, just like uh, see how you feel yourself. Do you think you're a confident person? Do you think it's something you could work on? And then look at local schools in your area, reach out and say, look, I just want to be like a ring announcer or something in wrestling. Is this something that's possible? Sometimes the answer will be no, and a lot of wrestling is rejection. Let me tell you. Sometimes you get rejected, and then if that doesn't pan out, just just reach out to people who do it and like see what can be done.
Yeah.
That's basically it. I mean, myself and Simon talk quite a lot. Actually, a lot of we have a good little community of ring announcers in the UK. We're often talking to each other, feeding each other back. If we can't make a show, we'll pass it on to the others. We've got a good little supportive network, so don't be afraid to reach out. And like I said, if you're lucky enough to live near London, I specifically teach it at Playfight, and we've got some good names coming up. I'm training them up too well, actually. They're going to start taking my jobs, so I've kind of shot myself in the foot.
I think you need to come to the States and start teaching some classes over here, because I definitely know there's a bunch of stuff that lacking in training that I hear from wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not outing anyone. I think there's just like certain things that are missing here in schools or whatever. So like I think also promos like can be like I feel like it's becoming like a lost art in indie wrestling and stuff, and I feel like these should be this should be classes in the, training and stuff like that. And I love the fact that like and I see a lot of these clips because I follow the Instagram and everything, so I see even like the training and things like that. But I love that you do that I feel like some wrestlers here should like step up and run those kind of courses here for the wrestlers, even if it's once a month or
I think they're so beneficial. And I mean, obviously the in-ring aspect for wrestling is so important, but it's not 100% of it. And these layers we can add on just make wrestling better. There was a small discussion online, I think, in the last few weeks, of people saying, "Oh, why don't schools sort of teach, etiquette and how to handle your finances and this and that stuff that's beyond the ring?" And I had to pipe up and say, "Well, my school teaches that."
Yeah.
And I know for a fact, Flash Morgan Webster, who's another fantastic guy, his school, New Wave Wrestling, West Midlands. I know for a fact he goes over that stuff. Quite a few schools in the UK do teach it. It won't be like every lesson,
right,
because we got a lot to get through. We've got to learn wrist locks and stuff, but it does get covered.
I love that. So, all the people in the States should take a trip to you guys and take one of these classes.
Or if you want to fly me over to the States, I am more than happy. I am long overdue a holiday. I would love to come back to the States.
I had said on the last interview that I'm gonna start kidnapping people if they come to the States and you're not going back.
Well, if it will save me on hotel fees, then I'm not that opposed to it.
I was like, I'll keep it all of you guys. I was like, so. Let me give love into the chat. Shah says, there's two Shahs in the UK indie online community. One is the sign guy and the other is me, the most unknown and never newer to the scene. You could call me Shahir. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm still gonna call you Shah.
I was just going off you saying Shah. I thought it was those two.
And he goes, I forget how small the UK is compared to America because a 9-hour drive only just to stay in New York is insane. Yeah, New York is big. He says, Connor Mills is one of my favorites, future British undisputed heavyweight champion. And he has a little smiley face. Kylie's in the chat. He says hi. He says, I need Ricochet versus Connor Mills and Ricochet versus Ichiban. So... And then Shah says, big up Play Fight. Would love to go there and learn one day. Either there, Hustle, or the London School of Wrestling. And he said, gotta go, but I'll catch up. Phil, thank you for popping on in. Love that.
Oh, that's so nice. Thanks for coming. And never be afraid to start your wrestling journey. I am a bit biased, but come to Play Fight.
Yeah, there you go. So let's swing. Let's talk about a little bit of the promotions. Let's talk about Ichiban Wrestling. But I have to stop you before we get into that. Do you know that there are two Ichiban wrestlers here in the States, and they need to come over to you.
Yeah, I do know. There's I know of one wrestler called
Number one.
Ichiban. I didn't know there was two.
Yes.
There's also, I think there's a Welsh wrestler on the camps
Hmm.
called Ichiban, or he yells Ichiban when he wrestles, which is really
Yeah.
confusing.
So you need to have a
Um,
three-way dance then. The Battle
Ichiban
of the
versus Ichiban
Ichibans.
versus Ichiban.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
if enough people subscribe to the Patreon and I can afford the flights, then maybe it's on the
there
table.
you go. So yeah, so there's one down south, Niji Ichiban, as they call him. So he's down south as well. So he's actually one of AR Fox's students. So
Oh, I
and
must
then
be good then.
yes, he's really really good. And then we have number one Ichiban. You know, so that's the boy up in Connecticut area as well. So yeah, we need to have this match. You need the battle of the Ichibans.
I'd better start racking up some air miles then.
So we were definitely talking about that. All right, so talk a little bit about you know, to the fans, like, you know, maybe they never watched it before. What do you recommend? Where can you watch it? Give them all the tea.
So Ichiban is just a little puro flavor in the UK. So in 2019, or maybe it was late 2018, 2019, Will Ospreay ran a promotion in the UK called Frontline. And that was basically him running shows in the UK, but very much drawing on the way they run shows in Japan, specifically New Japan. So real emphasis on competitiveness, time limits, sort of a hierarchy system, and really being about the spirit of competition and puroresu. I loved it. I was very grateful to be the voice of Frontline right up until it closed. And then I'm also fortunate enough to have worked for New Japan Pro Wrestling and Noah, including in Japan. I've managed to work for Noah in Tokyo for 2 years. I've got to work Nippon Budokan, Kurikan Hall, which blows my mind. Can't believe I did that. And also, uh, Meiko Satomura used to come to the UK quite a lot. She was the champion here for a while in numerous companies, and I mean, talk about a living legend. Even though she's retired, her influence, really over the UK scene, is really noticeable. And I had this really unique opportunity where I'd gone over to Japan for the first time, and I got to do commentary at a Marigold show, which she was competing on. And obviously, we knew each other only a little bit, but enough from the UK to have a conversation.
Hmm.
And she was retiring in uh, April the next year, I believe, or maybe it was May. But she was having her final matches in the UK and Europe at the start of the year.
Hmm.
And I'd been toying with the idea of starting a new promotion for a while, because at the time I wasn't running any promotions. I just started Ceasefire, which was meant to be a one-off. It was meant to be a one-off, but it went so well and it spiraled. Here we are. But I wanted a promotion to sink my teeth into, but I didn't want it to just be another faceless London promotion booking the same people doing the same
Yeah.
stuff. So I got talking to Meiko-san, and I said, I know you've got your last matches in the UK booked up, but there's still so many people who I want to get you in the ring with. Is there any way we could sort of add a stop to your tour? And she just was straight up for it. She was like, absolutely. And I'm very grateful and fortunate to be good friends with. At the time, she was Rain Leverkusen. Now she's Lizzie Rain, absolutely killing it in NXT. But Rain had trained with Meiko a lot at Hustle, and Rain had gone over to Japan and worked for DDT, but she'd never been able to share a ring with Meiko, and I was like, that just seems like such a missed opportunity. Like, and Meiko's career is about to finish, so I'd love to make that happen. And so all this at the same time, me being in Japan at the same time, led to the birth of Ichiban. So at Ichiban, uh, we're very fortunate. We've got all these working relationships with Japanese companies. So first show headlined by Meiko Satomura's final match in the UK. We've had Seiki Yoshioka over. Um, Koga, who's been killing it over here in the UK, we've had him on. And we pay homage to the way they do things over there, and it really does stand out. A lot of people, you know, when they're tooting their own horn, say we do this, we do that. Ichiban, it feels and looks different, and people have noticed it from day one.
Mhm.
And one of the things we do differently, we do a series of events called Crusade, which is like nothing you've ever seen. So first of all, there's no seats. You stand right up by the ring, so you literally can't get any closer. You're right at the ring. There's no pinfalls. It's knockout and submission only, but there's also a point system. So you lose points for being thrown, suplexed, or using the ropes. So you've really got to try, and it is absolutely nuts. And we had Katsuya Murashima, New Japan Young Lion Cup winner, over. Had one of the best matches I've ever seen in my life with Kanji. If you're looking for a match to get you into Ichiban, subscribe to the Patreon and watch Kanji versus Katsuya Murashima from Crusade One. But that's Ichiban in a nutshell. It's we're bringing Puroresu to the UK, and we've actually, whenever I look at our insights and statistics, it's always neck and neck between the UK and Japan for number one who's viewing. Sometimes we get a couple haters saying, it's not real Puroresu. You guys are just jacking yourselves off. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, the fans and the numbers from Japan say otherwise. We've got a really dedicated Japanese fan base. We've got merch orders from Japan. We've had people ask us to come to Tokyo, which I'd love to do, but I think the budget's a couple years off from that. But yeah, so if you're looking for something with a little different flavor in the UK, definitely look at Ichiban. And if you're wondering where to start and where you can watch us, we have a couple of free matches on YouTube, including Meiko Satomura's last ever match in the UK, which is terrific. But all our stuff is on Patreon. Our whole library's there, our whole back catalogue, starting from just $4.99 a month. So that also gives you exclusive access to early news, early updates. And we've put our whole library on the cheapest tier to make it fair. Because, we know things are tight at the moment. People don't have the money to spare. That, if you subscribe to Netflix and Prime and Tubi, and I forget what WWE Network doesn't exist anymore, but people used to spend $9.99 a month on that. Ours is $4.99 a month, and it gets you all the Ichiban matches. And also, whenever we do an update, Patreon finds out first, and then everyone else finds out a week later.
Wow. Love that. Love that. Definitely check that out. I swear, I've like added all these, subscriptions with the UK stuff lately with me. I'm like, you guys are killing it.
It adds up quick. I know.
I'm like, shit. So let's talk a little bit about PW ceasefire a little bit. So I know, was watching. I know we were talking about the 4-on-4 match that happened a couple of months ago. I was like, okay, I've followed the boys. I follow Joe, I follow Danny, and I follow Gio Joshua. So it's like it brings me to all these wonderful places. So talk to the fans a little bit about that as well.
So Pro Wrestling Ceasefire, again, it was meant to be a one-off show during All In Weekend 2024. I approached Chuck Mamba with the idea. He's a very passionate, staunch supporter of human rights, justice, and equality. So he was the person I knew I had to come to with this idea. I said, "Look, all in weekend is going to be crazy big. Feel like there's a slot to do something on the Thursday. Trying to think what to do, but I also I'm feeling a bit like helpless and sad about the state of the world at the moment. So I'd want it to be something charitable that could do a good thing." And I tweeted a screenshot of the text message the other week so people could see literally how it started. But I sent Mambo a text message. I think it just said, Palestine fundraiser show, ? And he went, yeah, brother, let's do it. That's my Chuck Mambo impression. And then it snowballed from there. I found this cute, lovely little hall right in the middle of London. The lady who runs it is super lovely as well. Love working with her. And then over the next, I think we only had 5 weeks to promote it. Sorted out a ring, sorted out a card, sorted out some banners. It sold out a few hours before doors opened. And as the show was happening, it was just going so well. it must have been Mambo who I turned to, but he was getting ready for his match. I think I just went, okay, well, let's do a second one. And then we did a third and a fourth and a fifth. And then it somehow ended up with me coming out of retirement to team with the referees to have an 8-man street fight with the wrestlers, which is some of the most fun I've had in my career. But I could not walk the next day, which is really embarrassing because I did embarrassingly little in the match. I deliberately had the least to do. Still managed to hurt myself. But yeah, so these shows. They run every couple of months, it's been in existence for 2 years, and the show that's happening on the Thursday of All In Weekend this year in the UK. This will be our 10th show. Um, it's just these shows full of bangers, and they raise money for UNICEF UK and the Lebanese Red Cross. We've raised over £11,000, which we're really proud of. We've also sponsored a toilet in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Hygiene over there is a real problem, so we've sponsored a toilet over there, and we just do everything we can to make the shows fun. There's like there's this undertone of this hurt and injustice that's going on in the world, but the shows, they really do spark a lot of joy. And we're very adamant that even though it's a charity show, it doesn't mean the quality is compromised. Sometimes you'll see people running a charity show and it's got 50 people on it wrestling for free, but there's a reason they're wrestling for free, is the nicest way I can put it.
Yeah.
These shows, Jay Joshua, Leon Cage, Connor Mills, Kanji, Jordan Breaks, creme de la creme of the UK, wrestling for this amazing cause. I think I'm very proud of the money we've raised, but while also delivering quality wrestling. And the inbox is full of people offering to wrestle for free and donate their time, which is lovely. But some of these are people that have had 2 matches, and it's not going to happen. But if you're looking for where to watch Ceasefire, all those matches up on YouTube for free. Every single match that's happened at Ceasefire is on YouTube for free, including the trilogy between Kanji and Jordan Breaks. Actually, that's when I decided to run a show too. Was when it was halfway through their match. It was just one of the best matches I've ever seen. It's a match I'd wanted to book for years, and it seemed like the right time to pull the trigger. And I was on commentary, and you'll hear me, pardon my French, losing my shit during the whole match, just screaming. I was like, we got to do round 2. And then round 2 happened, and we were like, we got to do round 3. So if you're looking for a place to start with the Kanji versus Jordan Breaks trilogy, and then every match on there is incredible. There's Kanji versus Connor Mills, which opened our last show and got a standing ovation. And then, I don't like to toot my own horn, but the referees versus wrestlers street fight is incredible just because it had a year of build. Do you know how hard it is in indie wrestling to do a story that lasts exactly 365 days with 8 people involved, 4 of them not wrestlers, and in that time no one got hurt, injured, or signed. So
Wow.
it's a feat. It's a miracle we managed to pull it off.
Be.
It really was. My
so
performance, we don't need to talk about, but as a whole, as an experience, it was joyous.
Oh, it's fun. I love that. I love that a lot. I love when I was talking about this with somebody yesterday. I was like, I said my little enjoyment sometimes is when I go to shows, and then the promoter, owner, whatever, like that they come into the audience and like I get to experience it with them so that they can lose their shit too and just like enjoy. Like I can't tell you how many times that I've had those moments with promoters and it just means the world to me that it's like, okay, like we're friends, and it's just like, yes, I like you're enjoying your show and watching these matches, and it's like I can experience that with you, because we're all fans no matter what at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is nice when I get that rare moment to do that. It's much easier to do at Ceasefire than Ichiban.
Yeah,
I'll say that. But yeah, I love being amongst the crowd and feeling their reaction and seeing it through their eyes, because I think it's very easy to get bogged down. Sort of, you have an idea in your head of how you thought the show was going to go. Maybe it goes slightly different, and I am a terrible perfectionist. It's my biggest flaw. I beat myself up so much. Sometimes I am thinking about things that no one in their right mind, let alone a wrestling fan, is going to notice, and I'm beating
Yeah.
myself up for it. And if I just stand in the crowd and um,
Yeah.
especially during those Kanji versus Jordan Breaks matches, I was like, I was so stressed, 2 hours ago, and
Yeah.
now I just feel
It's like,
great.
yeah, it's like wash
Yeah.
away and do what it had to do. I get that. Let me do some of these fan tweets. So this one's from Mike. He goes, "What was the most ridiculous or bizarre request a performer has ever asked you or say to you during their their ring entrance?"
Mm. But
We're throwing them
I'm
under the
trying to
bus.
think if there's anything I've ever refused to say. But I tell you what, what's more annoying is when I go up to someone and they've got nothing. I find it baffling because it's an opportunity for you to get yourself and your character over.
Yeah.
Um, it's almost the first thing that happens. And if you give me nothing, I can't give you anything. I've it's happened recently. I've gone up to a guy and said, "What do you want for your ring intro?" And he went, "What do you mean?" And
Yeah.
I went, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Where are you from? Do you have a nickname?" And he said, "It doesn't matter." And I was like, "Cool, see you out there." So I mean, if you don't care, I don't care.
Damn.
But in terms of crazy requests, as a promoter, I more get more mad booking ideas than ring announcing ideas. Actually, no, I'll tell you what. I won't say what, but Jordan Saeed, God love him, has requested some stuff. I've actively had to tell him this will not make the air if I say it, so it's not happening. So Jordan's probably my answer for craziest idea. And then in terms of a lot of times people just approach me with booking ideas and they go, "I've got this revolutionary new idea. Do you want to hear it?" And I go, "What is it?" And they go, "Okay, you bring me into your promotion and I win loads of matches." I go, "Sounds great. Sign me up." I can't. What a revolutionary idea.
Love that. All right, the next fan tweets a good cop, bad cop. He says, with Rigo, so he decided to play around with your names. He goes, "Being a Spanish Italian restaurant in Hawaii, and Gio being an anagram of I go, Rigo. If you were to go to Rigo, what do you order?" Oh, and he set the freaking menu. Like, I'm like, I can't with this one. It's like, I didn't
I
even.
have to. I have to pick off a menu. What
Yeah.
is Rigo?
And it's
Is
not
it is it
even. You know what's even
is it a
funnier?
famous chain in the States?
I guess in Hawaii, but like when I click the link, it's not working. So
Oh man, I've never been to Hawaii, but I would love to. It seems incredible.
I guess we're
Would
gonna
love to
have
do a show in Hawaii. Could you imagine that? So good.
paradise on the beach though, with the water crashing in the
Yeah.
background. Hell yeah! So. Kat's in the chat. She says, "I'm super excited for the Ceasefire show in August. It's going to be my first UK indie show, and I don't think there could be a better show to start with." And then she sent
Oh no
the
way. I'm
hearts.
very touched and honoured that you're kicking off your UK indie journey with Ceasefire. It's a good one to start with. It's a mental one to start with, I'll tell you that, but you're going to have a good time.
I love that. So, thank you for coming in here to chat with us too. Oh no, I knocked out my questions. All right, so actually, I got two final questions for you. I know what they are. So, the first one: what are some names that you feel we should be paying attention to that need more love?
My answers are always the same. I don't know if she's wrestled in the US. She's wrestled everywhere, but maybe she's wrestled in Mexico. She's got to be wrestling in Japan soon. Kanji,
Yeah,
if anyone
so
in the
good.
States is unfamiliar with Kanji's work, you got to check her out, man. So many of her matches at Ceasefire, all of her matches at Ceasefire, you can watch on YouTube. They're all great. She's fantastic. Jordan Breaks, someone who has never made it over to the other side of the pond, but he's a real throwback wrestler to the old world of sports style. He's really technical. Uh, he's gone toe to toe with Zack Sabre Jr. twice. That's how good he is. If you love your technical wrestling, check
Me,
out Jordan.
me,
And
me, me.
yeah, but
Me, me, me.
he he starts out with this incredible technical grappling, and then just he has this side to him that he can unleash. It's fantastic. Nico Angelo as well, someone who needs to wrestle for Dragon Gate at least once. He's incredible. Trying to think of some up and comers, maybe someone just starting out. I tell you what, we've got someone at Play Fight who's coming up through the ranks. Denzel Mack, definitely one to watch out for. Sadly, didn't make it past his first round match against Joe Lando in the Weird and Wonderful World Cup, but he's great. I expect great things from him. And it's another girl.
There's a lot. And it's
so
nice because I'm
many.
starting to see like some people come here.
Yeah,
like-
I was gonna say Emerson Jane, but she wrestles in the US more often than the UK at the moment now. Actually, it's
Yeah.
hard to nail her down for a date. I'll tell you what, Aluna, out
Yes.
of Wales, really good, really good. Worked with her many times, pleasure to work with, and it's been great. It's been great to watch her evolution. I remember when I first met her, a little bit shy, even as a wrestler, but now, wow. Now she's kind of a bitch, but she's really good.
I love that. I love it.
In a good way. In a good way.
I love that. I'm so glad that we've been getting blessed with like a whole bunch of people come over here. Like I know Daz Black is coming here within the next couple
wow.
of weeks, and I'm gonna see him. Actually, I was like, talking to him. One of the promoters had messaged me and has said Daz Black, and I'm like, who's that? I was like, he's like, you're welcome. And then he goes, you're watching UK stuff now, and he's like, how do you not know? And then like the first thing I pulled up was him and Jay Joshua. I'm like, sold. I was like,
yeah,
you know?
that'll do it.
So I was like, oh, this match is good. So and then it was funny. I messaged a wrestler today because it was actually about a promotion to help JJ out. And he was like, I'm wrestling a UK wrestler. He goes on August 3rd. And I was like, is it Daz Black? And he's like, hold on. He goes, yeah, how the hell do you know? I said, Tiff knows all.
You've got the inside scoop.
I was like, Tiff knows everything. I was like, so, but yeah, no, but I feel blessed that we've been getting a lot of wrestlers come out here. I want Kanji to come out here so bad. Like, I love her. Like, oh.
Yeah, we got to make
so
it happen.
good. Like, she has to come here. I need her.
Her gift needs to be shared with the world, honestly.
Ugh.
Mexico was spoiled last year.
Yeah, we need to get spoiled. Preferably around, like, you know, I mean, it's fine, you know, like, I'm okay if they don't come to New York. They can go to Jersey. They can go to Connecticut. They go to Mass. I will get in my car. I will drive. And I will go see certain wrestlers. So, but, like I said, I don't know if they're coming back.
Yeah. We'll end up in your closet.
Like, you're not coming back because you stayed here wrestling here for me. So that's it, you know. But you know, so but I feel blessed with that. So with that being said, my infamous question on this podcast that means the world to me, hashtag wrestling positivity, because, you know, like we said, wrestling has a lot of negative. I like to focus on the positive. So is there anything that you can think of that maybe a fan's done for you, maybe you've done for a fan, maybe something a wrestler's done for you, maybe something you've done for a wrestler, anything that we wouldn't know unless you shared this story?
So, I don't think this is just a UK specific thing. I've definitely seen it happen in the US. But I mean, obviously, just because it's close to me, when something tragic happens in the UK wrestling community, we are so quick to band together and help and make stuff happen. I mean, I can think of at least 3 separate occasions where the wrestling community has suffered a loss, or someone in the wrestling community has suffered a loss, and within 12 hours, there's a GoFundMe organized. There's a show in someone's memory organized. I think that's really lovely. And then I just see individual acts of kindness all the time. I shared this recently, but a couple of years ago, I got very, very ill. I nearly had to stop wrestling, even just announcing a commentary for good. And I didn't leave my house for weeks. And Lizzie Rain, even though she lived in Wales, which is over 300 miles away from me, and she didn't have a car at the time for some reason, she got like 4 trains to come and see me and just spend a day with me. I'll always remember that. And then we just have so many talented artists and photographers in our space as well. If you're lucky enough, let me rip this off the wall.
Oh no, he's ripping this off the wall.
Don't worry, I stuck it on with Velcro. It's genuinely, in the UK we have these these milestones to achieve. You know, people are like, I want to wrestle for X, I want to wrestle for Y.
Yeah.
The real milestone is if you get a painting done by the wonderfully talented Donna. This is how you know you're doing well in BritRes.
Oh.
I've been lucky enough to receive a number of paintings from Donna. This one I hang up on my wall, pride of place. She also did a very beautiful one for me, which features my armband in memory of Mad Kurt, which is also well, actually you can see it behind me. There it is. This is mine.
Aw.
That features Mad Kurt's armband on as well. So that's very important to me. So I think we have so much talent in the community, so many wonderful people, and I mean I know it makes the headlines more when something negative happens,
Yeah.
or when you can gain some internet points by pointing out someone doing something. But there is way more good than bad,
Yeah.
and you really see it when you need it.
Yeah, definitely. No, I love that, and I love seeing that. That's amazing. Like I always see like the fan arts, and then when people bring them, like some even here, like that they bring it to the wrestlers or whoever. Like I think that's so cool. Like that you're spending your time to do something nice for like you guys. Like so awesome. So this is why I love independent wrestling. So
Yeah.
definitely. So. So tell everybody what's coming up for you, you know, what the fans should be checking out.
August is looking a little bit busier for me than usual. So this Friday, I am back at Attack Pro Wrestling. I'm hosting Nightmare Trippin' at Playfight in London with an incredible card headlined by Danny Black versus Drew Parker for the Attack Pro Wrestling
I
Championship.
can't wait to watch this match.
Yeah. Then All In week. This is only so far. So
Yeah.
All In's coming to Wembley. So that week, on the Wednesday, I'm hosting a book launch for Dojo Ryan, which is a book about the journey through wrestling and wrestling training. I've just finished it, really enjoyed reading it, and I'm really glad I get to host the launch of it as well. So that is happening in Shoreditch in London on Wednesday night. Thursday morning, I'm teaching at the Playfight Summer School. We're going to be looking at promos, character, working for the camera, a little bit of announcing and commentary as well. That's Thursday morning. Then when that finishes, I'm speeding across town to go to do Ceasefire at Chandler Hall in London. On the Friday, I will be supporting our friends at Riot Cabaret in London. Saturday, TBA. Sunday, I will be at All In Wembley. And then Monday, I will most likely be at Progress Wrestling in Camden. So if you think I don't sleep much now, Tiffany, wait until that week. I'm going to be running on coffee and energy drinks. But yeah, so next Ceasefire show is on the Thursday of All In weekend. So that's the 27th of August. I'm not going to plug tickets because it's already sold out. And it's not that thing where on the day we go, or we've released a few extra tickets. It's literally sold out. We can't fit any more people in there. So if you didn't get your ticket now, I'm afraid it is sold out. They're my absolute favorite shows to do. It's our third sold out show in a row of the AEW weekends. So we sold out 2024, 2025, and this year. And the thing I'm really proud of is that it's sold out completely on British talent. You know, I know when these shows happen at the same time as a big show, there's always this sort of, oh, what if they get this? What if they get that? What if they get a big surprise? You know, it's not that kind of show. It's a charity fundraising event using the best of the British scene to raise money and put on a good show. And we were lucky enough last year to actually have Stefan Smith from AEW, fantastic referee, on our show. And he really added so much to it, and it was a real treat. But, you know, all these shows, it's always all British guys, and it's always all amazing. So I think, you know, if you expect a surprise, then, you know, you're going to be disappointed. But come down and see the best of British talent slamming down at Chandler Hall. The card, we haven't announced a single match, by the way. It's sold out with no matches released. People just, they know to expect a good time based on previous experiences. And, you know, maybe we won't release any matches. You know, it's sold out. We don't need to do any more marketing. Maybe we'll just surprise you on the day.
That's fun. Those are fun. Those are always good shows when it's like, oh, you don't know, you know, but you know it's a good show, so it's like, all right, surprise me. Like,
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Then you have the Ichiban. I have the flyer flashing across the stream too.
Yeah,
So,
next Ichiban is in September. That's Crusade number 2, and we've got 6 names announced so far, and I'm absolutely stoked on them. So we've got Sinner and Saint,
yeah,
which I'm
so
so happy
awesome.
about. We've
Yeah.
got Jude and Trav. Connor Mills making his return. Connor Mills, he's currently 2-0 in Crusade, so he's looking to make it a 3-peat. And you can actually watch Connor Mills versus Ethan Allen from the first Crusade for free on the Patreon. It's on Patreon, but you don't need to subscribe to watch this match, and it is nuts. It's the match that opened the show, and they beat the shit out of each other. It's absolutely incredible. So Connor Mills announced. Your favorite, Jay's on, Jay Joshua. Emerson Jane is on, and very exciting, the newest member of the Sendai Girls roster, Anita Vaughan, is making her Crusade debut. She's just finishing this incredible run with Sendai Girls in Japan. So, and she's a legit former Taekwondo champion. So the thing with Crusade is that I look for wrestlers with legit backgrounds, legit sports. Anita Vaughan was the national champion of Taekwondo in Ireland. So I've said to her, come to Crusade and bring the Taekwondo. So that's happening on September on the 11th. Really looking forward to that. And before that, it's the sold out Ceasefire show, which I'm not going to plug because we literally can't sell any more tickets. So if you didn't get one, I'm really sorry, but some people woke up at 6 a.m. when they were released to get them.
Look
So
at that.
though they
That
get
says
to
a
go
lot.
and you don't, I'm afraid. Yeah.
So that's what you got to do to get a ticket next time. So, wake
Yeah.
up early and get your tickets.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love it. So tell the fans where they could follow you, all that fun stuff.
Oh God, do I remember my own social media handles? Okay. On Twitter, it's Gio Giorgio MC, and I think it's also that on Instagram. This is really embarrassing. I shortened it from Giovanni to Gio because it was just too long. I think
Yeah.
it's Gio Giorgio MC on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to follow Ichiban, we're on Patreon. That's the best place to follow us to get the full shows, the exclusive news, and some exclusive Patreon stuff. So that's Ichiban on Patreon. We've got a couple free matches on YouTube as well, and on Instagram and Twitter it is Ichiban Puro UK. Ceasefire. Oh, I've got too much stuff to plug. Ceasefire is Pro Wrestling Ceasefire, all one word on Instagram. PW_ceasefire on Twitter, and we don't have a website because we try and save costs so that as much money goes to the charity as possible. If you could do me a favor and when this goes out, put my socials on because I don't think I know what they are.
We're live. We're live, and yeah.
Oh,
so,
God, okay.
but
Edit,
I got
tweet
you.
it, tweet it with my socials because otherwise no one's gonna follow me.
I got you because all those links are in the description below.
Yes.
So, I got you. I got you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
The link tree and all that stuff's in there as well. So, but yeah, give him a follow. Go support the indie scene in UK. Hopefully, you come here. I would love to see you. That we could go to some wrestling together. Hopefully, next year I can come out your way. That's the plan.
We need to do like a cultural exchange. I go over there, you come over
Yes,
here. Hopefully
seriously.
at different times.
That'd be awesome though. So we'll have fun. And we're gonna go enjoy all the crazy wrestling with the opposite end of the pond pretty much. So
Yeah.
But thank you for coming on here and chatting with us a little bit. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. This is the most fun I've had in a while doing an interview.
Good. I'm glad.
And thank you everyone in the chat for joining and posting some questions. I've enjoyed talking to everyone.
Yeah, so thank you, and leave some likes and some comments. I'd love to hear what you guys think and everything like that as well. So I will be back Monday with Kenzie Page for you guys. So you guys know the drill. Stay safe, support independent wrestling, and then I'll talk to you guys soon. You guys have a good night.